Hey there, welcome to day 2 of our Fall into Fitness Challenge. Today we have yoga, so please join me in a comfortable seat, yoga mat or not. Just make sure you slip your socks off so as we come to our feet, you don't slide. We're going to carefully set our hands on our knees, sit up nice and tall, and if you're in a space where you feel safe, close your eyes. If not, just find something right in front of you, a little soft gaze, and we start to breathe. Big inhale, exhale out the mouth. 2 more just like that. Last inhale. On the exhale, relax your shoulders, press them down away from your ears, and then take that ear, press it to the side. Back up to center and go the other way. Back to the first time, add the reach. So the opposite hand is reaching, up center, and then reach the other direction. Sit up tall and find a twist. One hand, opposite knee, other hand goes behind you. Once again, find the length, and then exhale, gaze behind. Not forcing anything, you want this to feel good. It shouldn't be strenuous. And then come center, other direction. And then walk those hands forward, forward fold. Now maybe you stay on your hands, maybe you can come to your forearms, maybe you can even stack your fists and rest your forehead, but just forward fold. Tuck the chin, let the back round, and then 3 more of those breaths. Inhale, fill up the back side of your body with air, and then big inhale, tuck the chin and relax it. 1 more, your own pace. And then crawl it all the way forward, up to hands and knees. I'm gonna switch directions. You don't need to unless you can't see your screen. Set up for your tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, entering some cat-cow. We inhale, we gaze up, and your tail goes high to the sky. Now, if your feet are not loving this tucked under, it's okay. Tuck those toes. You can do the same thing. And then exhale for that scared cat spine. And then we flow with the breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Find your neutral. Send your left leg back, your right arm forward, and keep both on the floor. So you want to square your hips off to the floor. So if your hip bones had lasers on them, they'd be pointing directly below you. And then your arm comes out, but those shoulders stay square to the floor also. And then we're simply going to lift and lower. So maybe that's just a little off. Maybe it's a foot in the air, or maybe it's all the way shoulder hip height. Either way, find your lift and lower with your right hand, left leg, and make sure as you lift your left leg up, that hip stays facing the floor. So we don't want to turn it out. It's not about how high it goes. It's just firing up your core and getting those limbs moving. Last 3, 2, and 1. This time we hold at your version of high. So that could be just off the floor. It could be shoulder height. Maybe it's up a little bit more. And we crunch like we're on railroad tracks. So elbow comes back, knee comes forward. Big crunch, and then extend. Just 2 more like that. We bend and we crunch, and we extend. Last one here. And then set it down, relax it. Other side, same setup. Lasers facing the floor of those hips. Left hand comes down. I'm just gonna move out so I don't kick my plant over here. And then we lift and lower. Maybe it's a foot off the floor and lower, or it's shoulder hip height. Lifting and lowering, I'm still hitting my plant with my long limbs over here. Forgive me, plant. Lifting and lowering. The next time you find yourself at your version of the top, so maybe there's a little bit of an arch in it, drag it on railroad tracks, keep them parallel, the elbow comes up, the knee comes towards that same side arm. Inhale, length. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, long. Exhale, strong. Set it down, tuck your toes if they're not already tucked, and then press it back. Our first downward facing dog, upside down letter V with your body. So if you're not accustomed to doing down dog, you can keep your knees bent. I actually prefer my knees bent, especially in a morning practice when my hamstrings and my hips aren't warm yet. Heels can easily be off the floor. The goal is not to touch the floor. The goal is to send them that direction. And then check in with your hands. You can turn them out slightly, press through all 10 fingers. And then we're gonna inhale forward to plank or a modified plank. Inhale forward, plank. If you're modifying, it's a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Exhale, down dog. With your breath, inhale plank, exhale, down dog. Inhale plank, exhale, down dog. Here comes the change. Lift the right leg high, step it to the outside of your right hand. Outside of the right hand, and then lift that right hand, dragonfly twist. Step it back to plank, left leg lifts in that down dog, step it to the outside of the left hand, and then lift that left hand, dragonfly twist. And do those one more time. Send it back to down dog, right one lifts, step it outside the right hand, dragonfly twist, or world's greatest stretch in the personal training world. Lift that left leg up, step it on the outside, and find that twist. Down dog is where we all meet. And then we're gonna walk it back from Malasana. So this is a fairly low squat. So feet go wide, toes turn out. And if you are not flexible in the hips, come on up to here. Knees are still turned out. You're still in a little bit of a squat. Or you can come lower, or you can sit down. Now, if your heels lift, no worries. Just know that once again, we're working them towards the earth. And we breathe. We find the length of your spine no matter what height you're at. And then we reach our left arm down, right arm up. Now, if it's higher, it looks like this, twisting. The whole goal is a twist. It doesn't matter how low you are. It's just the level you're at right now. Maybe look up towards that thumb. Bring hands back to center, drop the right, lift the left. Once again, any height you're at. And then back to center, one inhale for that length, find the long spine, and then walk it back out to downward facing dog. You can adjust those feet, adjust those hands. And then inhale, come high on those toes, and take a tiny stroll to the front of your space. Big toes touch, little space between your heels. Inhale for a halfway lift. So my back stays flat, my knees are bent. I have a lot of hamstring issues, so a lot of times you'll see my legs bent in a lot of these poses. And then refold. The second halfway lift, using your hands if you need it, but if you don't, press them back, palms towards the ceiling, and fire up through the backside of your arms to your triceps. No matter where you are, find the breath, find the length, and then move your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back like you're squeezing a pencil. We're all gonna meet in a stand, so whether it's a big swan dive or rolling it up, all the way up, find your extended mountain pose, and add a back bend. I like to cactus my arms and look towards the sky, re-extend, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, find your plank. Holding. We're not doing chaturangas today, but if you'd like to, have at it. The world's your oyster. We're just holding in this plank or the modified plank in between to fire up the core. And then send those hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that left leg high this time, left leg. Step it through and come up for crescent. So you'll stay on your back toe, coming all the way up. So 10 toes facing forward, you're on railroad tracks. If you're feeling very wiggly, move your left leg out to the left a little bit more. Once again, find those laser beams you have on your hips. They're trying to point straight ahead. Not all bodies can do that, so don't stress if it's not. You're just driving that right hip back, or right hip forward, left hip back. Hands can stay on hips. They can go heart, or they can go high to the sky. Now take a peek down. Make sure you can see your left big toe. If your knee's covering it, press your knee out to the side to find that better alignment. Then we're gonna find a twist. Twisting it over, now you can keep your back leg lifted or drop it down. The right arm is on the outside or on top of the left leg, and press your hands together to find the length of your spine. And from here, we're going into warrior two. So come on up, use as many of your hands as you need to, spin it up, front leg bends. You might need to adjust a little bit, widen that stance. If you are using a yoga mat, put your foot parallel to the back of the yoga mat. If you're not, just imagine that there is a mat there and that foot is squared to the back. Again, deep knee bend in the front, hands can go hips, hands can go heart and be very active, or they can reach out. And then we gaze over that front fingertip. And then take a peek down. Make sure you can, once again, see that left big toe. If it's covered by that leg, press it out to the side so you can at least see the big toenail. Now keep that base. I know those legs are working. Reach it forward, keep the bend, and reverse. And then we're gonna go into triangle. Shift it, hand can come on the leg, hand can lean on the leg here for more support, or you wanna work the core, and let this hang like a little baby elephant trunk. And those hips behind you, reach your arm up really actively, be gaze towards your thumb. And then frame that foot, step it on back, and hold for that plank. Challenge yourself. If you were on your knees the first time, maybe try on your feet. Maybe it's half and half. And then send it back, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg high. I'm gonna stay facing the same direction so you can see what it looks like the other way. So come on up for your crescent. Hands in the hips, hands at heart, or hands high to the sky. Square off those hips as much as you can, pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. You're up on the ball, the back foot. Wiggling too much, move that right foot over a little bit more to the right. Then bring your hands to heart center and find that twist. So here's what the twist looks like from the opposite side. Or drop the knee, untuck the toe, focus on the twist. Here comes our big transition, warrior two. So I tuck my back toe if it's not already there, reach it up and around for that warrior two. Stack your shoulders over your hips, your foot parallel to that back of the mat, and then this front foot facing forward and I can see my big toe. If not, we send that knee to the side so you can peek at it. Arms come up, arms come over. It's our final standing series. Stay with it. Keep that knee bend, reach it forward to reverse. And then straighten the front leg and tick-tock it into a triangle. Once again, you can hold the shin, you can hold the thigh, or you can hold nothing and have that baby elephant trunk and your entire core is working to hold yourself up. And lastly, gaze towards your thumb. And then frame that front foot, step it on back, final plank. And here's your strength challenge. How low and slow can you lower? Don't beat me. I mean it, don't beat me. It's super slow all the way to the bottom. Turn one ear to the side, relax your feet. I'm gonna crush my mic. Hopefully that didn't affect it. Relax your ear. Turn your other ear to the side. And then face down. We're gonna do one for the back side of our core. It's been working in our planks, but we wanna make sure we use it. Pull your feet together like you have a mermaid tail. Hands go gently behind the ears, and it's just a lift and lower. So it's lift, you can fully lower or you can hover. Lift and lower. Gaze stays down. I want the back of your neck really strong. If this is too much on your lower back, drop the feet, just do the upper body. If it's still too much, just lay down. We're not here long. It's just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press it back to child's pose. Knees are wide, big toes touch. Try to rest your head on something. So either it's the floor, it's your hands, it's stacking fists. We're gonna take a big breath in together, big breath. Exhale out the mouth. Sink your hips towards your heels. Walk your hands over to the right and find that side body stretch. And then back to center, over to the left. Other side body stretch. One more, back to center. And then come on up for a comfortable seat. Finish off with one big inhale. Scoop up all that energy that you need for the rest of the day. Press those hands together, drag it to heart center. Thank yourself for showing up. And then bring those thumbs in between your eyebrows. If it feels right for you, bow and say, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in that 15-minute yoga flow. This Fall into Fitness challenge, tomorrow we have a walking challenge. So I won't be going live. It won't be on a video. I will have it's a change up the pace. It's 15 minutes, a different walking workout. So I hope you choose to accept the challenge. Once again, it doesn't need to be by yourself. Make it a family affair. Thanks for joining me in that one. Make sure you rehydrate and go have a great day.